When I asked you what one of your biggest challenges was, you mentioned unbecoming what others told me to be so I could truly step into become who I was born to be and step into the best version of myself. That, Lisa, is so powerful. Tell us a little bit more about that because I think that would resonate with a lot of people.
So let's talk about in that feeling. That just hit me like right in my core because it's still a little bit heavy because I'm
Mm,
still coming what everybody was
we all are.
talking. So it takes a lot of work to unbecome something that you became because society told you so, because of the lived experiences. And a lot of internal work, like you were saying, is how I have gotten to where I am today and also helping others help themselves get there. But it's a lot of work within showing up for myself, surrounding myself with that team in life that you mentioned earlier. For example, an acupuncturist, craniosacral, a therapist, I call it talk therapy, people that are going to lean in and get curious about who you are and not judge me for speaking up and sharing what I've been through. Doing the work that I do, when we go full circle and you ask how I landed where I am and doing work with parents, with professionals and with corporations is because the more I unbecome what society had told me to be, what family had told me I should be, what corporate said that I needed to be. And instead of doing it linear and surrounding myself with people that may not get me, yet they appreciate me and saying goodbye or keeping my distance from those that don't serve where I'm headed and potentially never really served me. But I let them in at a time where I was not free to be myself because of what I allowed in, but also what I held from going through, right? Doing that deep work. So self-awareness, the willingness to not only recognize what's happening, which usually takes a team to do that, but to acknowledge it and then to move through it and to have these conversations like we're having here today about it.
It's getting the word out. The more conversations we can have about this, the more important it is because it's our responsibility. We're never going to arrive. This is why it's called a journey. Every one of us is on a journey. We have to take responsibility and not have learned helplessness as this is how I feel. And if I'm in this environment and they have control over me, no, this is where I say too, is we're the guide on the side. And I know I am for my clients and I have guides on the side for me to navigate the minefield of introspection because in here, I ran away from it like the plague because I was afraid of what I would find. But when we go there with trusted advisors, with guides who can walk us through, there's freedom on the other side. This is why we're doing Live in the Rhythm because we all have a different rhythm in our lives and it looks different. And it is a dance because even though sometimes we feel like we're taking two steps back, Lisa, it might just be the cha-cha. And why do we have to go, oh crap, I've got, three steps back to go four steps forward or two steps to the side when we can look at it from a different perspective to say, this is a dance. I'm going to find that rhythm and not be so hard on ourselves and surround us with an environment that helps us to grow and be who we are, not trying to shrink ourselves to fit into some mold.